the information in tonight's show, and our special guest, Stephanie Singletary from Co-Video, has got such great stuff to share. I didn't want to wait until Monday. Like, waiting would have been selfish. It would have been absolutely selfish to not bring this information to you tonight, because Auto Pros, everybody watching, even if you are not in automotive, if you're in real estate, if you're in mortgages, if you're in some type of MLM, any kind of B2B, you need to be using video. Okay, you need to be using video, and you need to be using it right now. You should have been using it like a while back, all right? But that's all good. Today is a brand new day. You can start right now, and I need to make sure that you are using video. It is so, so, so important. Like I said, my good friend, the video genius, she is my go-to person, my right hand when it comes to integrating video and video strategies into sales processes. Stephanie Singletary from Co-Video is going to be with us tonight, and the tips that she has are absolutely fantastic. Hey, if you're watching the show for the first time tonight on a share on somebody else's page or something like that, and if it's the first time you're here and we've never met before, my name is Frank J. Lopes. I am the #1 retail automotive sales strategist and marketing agent. I'm the vice president of FB Digital. I am a keynote speaker, conference MC. It is time to get into it, and it is time to introduce my good friend. I am so happy that she was able to come on to the show tonight. My good friend, Stephanie Singletary from Co-Video. Stephanie, what's going on?
Not a whole lot, Frank. Hi, everybody. Just hanging in, learning this new way of life. So glad I was already accustomed to video before these changes came into play. But I'm super excited to be here tonight to be able to share why video works and why it's so important, and how to help out our friends in all industries, automotive and otherwise, who are, like you said, customer facing and need innovative and engaging ways to communicate with their client base.
Absolutely. Now, Stephanie, there may be a couple people watching. There may be like 2 or 3 or something, all right, that, like from Corona, they've been locked up because of Corona, or maybe they lived under a rock or something like that, okay? And they've never seen you online before, and they don't know who you are. Just give us the quick Cliff Notes version about you, right? About you and why I brought you onto the show tonight.
So I'm a senior account executive with Co-Video. We are a video email company that helps you to be able to create quick and easy personalized videos for your clients and customers, and then send them any way you wish through email, text, CRM, whatever works for your business. And I've been working primarily in the automotive industry with Co-Video for the last 5 years, and have gotten to know Frank well along the way. We work together with some of the dealerships that he consults for, and I'm thrilled to have been able to carry that into being here tonight.
And honestly, we are all so lucky that you are here, because Stephanie, we've had this conversation privately so many times, and I tried to advise and lead and guide all retailers, especially salespeople and BDC agents, about how important, how vital video is to the sales process, how it can make you stand out, how it can make you jump ahead of the competition, how it can really get you to really connect with that customer who has basically no idea of anyone at the dealership or at the business. They're just sending in an inquiry completely blind, right? Or maybe they made a call. They don't have no idea who they're going to be talking to. And I've tried to preach how important it is to get that video out to them so that they can see you, so they can make a connection, so that they can hear your tone, see your facial expressions. But Stephanie, I always get the exact same questions back. Okay, I get the same ones. Now, I've answered these a million times, but you know how it is sometimes, how like you need somebody else to come in and answer the same question again, which is totally cool, right? But we need to hear
Right.
it. Yes, but we need to hear it from the video authority. Okay, so I actually wrote down the questions that I got. There they are. That I got the most. And so, Stephanie, let me ask you. Number one question that I get, number one pushback I get with, I don't want to do video, right? The first thing is, oh, my hair's a mess. My makeup doesn't look good. Oh, I don't like this shirt. Oh my God, look at my complexion. I got Frank, nobody wants to hear me on a video because I have an accent. Stephanie, do those things actually matter?
They actually don't matter at all, Frank. And I will tell you my own personal experience when I first started with co-video, and I do have a little bit of makeup on and hair done tonight, for the public. But when I first started with co-video, I would spend like 45 minutes in the morning doing the hair, doing the makeup. And the biggest objection I got was along these lines. It was like, oh, well, you look great. You sound great. You're used to this. Of course you can do this. I can't do that. I don't look like you. I don't sound like you. And so I actually stopped. And for anyone out there who's done business with me, they will tell you, usually I have like a messy bun on my head and no makeup, because it's not at all about that. What it's about is human connection and humanizing what's become a largely digital marketplace, especially over the last 4 weeks. People don't care what you look like. What they want is an authentic connection. They want to feel like they know who they're dealing with, and they are getting to know you, and you're building trust. And being as human and transparent and organic as you can be in being yourself is what creates that authentic connection with the customer. In fact, customers feel less connected if you're overly polished, because they feel like they're dealing with a newscaster or someone who's not as real as someone who's simply being themselves and treating the customer as they would if they were meeting face to face.
I mean, one of the big points is that people want to actually see like a real person. A real person. And a real person means, hair a little messed up, maybe not, maybe, all the things that people get so hung up about, right? Like they just don't matter. You're getting in your own way when you're thinking like that. You're actually limiting your success by thinking that anybody like they really care. Because the God's honest truth is that, they don't. I mean, you don't have your eyes like this, like one eye up here and one eye over there and your nose this way. You look just like everybody else, So just love yourself and just make the video. So now, Steph, the second question that I get all the time is, why not just... Okay, I'll shoot a video. Okay, I'll make a video. All right, but why don't I just email it to the customer, or why don't I just text it to them? Why is it good to put it inside of a platform like co-video? There's others as well, but why put it in a platform and send it to the customer?
There are a lot of different reasons that a platform like co-video is more efficient, really. If you're recording from a cell phone, you're going to have a huge file that you're trying to send. It may or may not go through. If it does, you've got upload time. Your customer has download time. It's not efficient. There's no tracking on that kind of video. So you don't know, even if you're not making an investment in money, there's always a time investment. So there are multiple types of ROI, and you don't have any tracking on if that ROI, that 20 minutes it took you to record and upload that video, if you're getting anything back on it, unless they happen to respond to you. But when you have a platform, you can send it through your CRM. You can send it through your CRM via text or via email. You're keeping it in your contained professional environment, that email, the way you want to track it. You don't have to create separate events. If you are using a CRM, it's all trackable through the system. And you're just making it quick. So when it's going through a system like co-video, it's super quick. It's sending as a link. It's not a big attachment. It's got analytics. It's got reporting. It's got instant view notifications to your inbox, so you know the moment your video has been viewed. As a salesperson, I use it every day. So when I see that video view in my inbox, the first thing I do is pick up the phone and make that follow-up call, because I know the client is engaged with my communication at that moment, and there's no better time to reach out.
I mean, you're absolutely, you are so right. There is no better time to reach out to the customer than when you see that like they're engaged and you know that they're focused, especially with the amount of distractions that people are dealing with each and every single day. And look, I'll tell you something. A lot of people with what I just said is, well, they just thought to themselves, well, God, people are home. I mean, how are they distracted? You know, I'm more distracted now than I've ever been. You know, by being home so much. Work at home, it ain't that easy, you know. And I'm left, you know, and I can't say that like my wife or my son are like knocking on the door like this every 2 minutes or anything like that. You're just distracted inside your own head all the time, just with things. So if you can see that the person is actually like watching the video and everything, or they just watched it, you know you've got their focus and you know you've got to jump in there. Okay, so the third question, Stephanie, that I get all the time is, this is what I hear, all I've got is this. I've only got one of these. That's it. You know, do you need big fancy equipment? Do you need to go and get crazy cameras and invest in a red and all these crazy lights and all these lenses and everything? Or is this enough? Is your cell phone enough?
The cell phone is absolutely enough. With CoVideo, for example, we have an app, so you can record through the app and then send through your CRM. It's a video production. It's about humanizing the digital experience. I can't say that enough. I can't say it enough. I mean, the thing is that even as recently as 10 years ago, people were, you know, looking online for cars, you know, and they were shopping online and they were looking, and they would maybe send in 2 or 3 web inquiries and still go visit 4 or 5 stores. In 2019, they were sending in 5 to 6 web inquiries on average and visiting 1.5 stores on average. So this is enough. This is enough to get their attention and to start building the relationship, humanizing that digital experience. I will say it over and over and over again, so that they feel like they know someone at your dealership or at your place of business, that they're dealing with a real person and not just a computer. So this is about as real as it gets. Again, we want it clean, we want it organic, we want it human. We want to just see who you are as a consumer. That's what I want. And the people that I work with, that's what they want. So a cell phone is perfect. We don't want you to spend the time making something that's edited and polished and looks like a TV commercial. That's not what this is about. This is about building relationship and building trust with your clients.
You know, Steph, I'll tell you something else too. Like that number, that amount of dealers that the customer has visited before making a purchase, we've seen that go like down and down and down and down throughout the years. I don't know about you, but I think that it's going to go from this to this right now, because we're all of our dealer partners, we're seeing, you know, the lead to close numbers now. I mean, BDC managers are walking around like, you know, like, yeah, because they're performing, they're putting up lead to sold numbers that are like unheard of. But it's because people don't want to mess around. People are not going to go and shop 9 different dealers and stuff now. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be nailed down to one. And when we get into the season of opportunity, as soon as we get out of all of this COVID mess, that's what I've dubbed it, the season of opportunity. There, you know, I think a lot of these behaviors are going to get carried forward into that season. So, being the person who stands out by sending out the video and being the person who, like, you know, actually calls after the video is watched or texts after the video is watched. I mean, you're going to be able to jump ahead, even if the customer did put in, say, for example, 3 inquiries in 3 different stores. If you're the one who sent the video, if you're the one who did it, you're going to just, like, the competition has no chance. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, and the numbers show it. So Google Analytics last year let us know that people will read text 20% of the time and they'll watch a video 80% of the time. So by including video in your communication, you're leveraging engagement by an average of increase of 60%. So not only are you standing out from the crowd, but you're doing it in a way that people will engage with 60% more of the time, period. So that's just where we are. And as you said, shrinking down more and more right now. Everything is digital right now. Everything is video right now. And the people who are in it or who start to get in it and plant the seeds for it now are the ones that are, in fact, as you said, going to jump right ahead when we get into this new season of growth that's going to come after where we are right now.
I mean, 60 internet managers, BDC managers, did you hear that? 60% increase in response rate when you use video. 60. Like, those are big numbers. If you can get your response rate to go up that high, friends, the response rate is the first key in all of the other metrics and all of the other numbers growing. Okay. If you get that response rate up, that means you're going to set more appointments. If you set more appointments, more of them are going to show up. If more of them show up, more of them are going to buy. Okay. And it all starts with that response rate. And if you use video, then 60% more. I mean, and that's not it. Look, I know Stephanie, she's not one to just like throw out numbers out there, just make them up off the top of her head and just say like, oh, 87% of people will walk with their left foot first. I mean, she doesn't do things like that. If the number isn't right, she does not give it out. And if it hasn't double checked, she doesn't give it out. So I'm taking that 60% to the bank, and I hope that you do too. Now, Stephanie, you put together 7 types of videos that should be made and that should be going out right now. They should have been made and should have been going out to all inquiries like for a while, but forget about the past.
Right.
We're here right now. Okay. We're in the season of challenge. We're all preparing for the season of opportunity. Okay. And you've put together these 7 ideas because that's really the biggest one is like, okay, I don't care what my hair looks like. Right. I don't care that I speak with an accent. I don't care. Okay. My phone is enough. Okay, great. Beautiful. Now what? Now, what do I say? What do I do? Okay. So let's go through your 7 tips, your 7 ideas of videos to be made that you should make today. And the first one is called Respond Like No Other. So you're talking about sending out videos now for lead response. Tell us the type of video that should be.
So this is twofold. We're going to use it for an inbound internet response, also for an inbound phone lead. So if you get that phone lead and you hang up, the first thing you do is come put a face with the name. You know, hey, Frank, Stephanie here at the dealership. Thanks so much for your time on the phone today. Wanted to just take a moment and put a face with the name so you really know who you're working with here. I'm going to gather the information on the vehicle that we discussed and send that over shortly. If we're talking about an internet lead, we know that we're going to only get that customer on the phone like 0.1% of the time on the first call. We're just not. So how do we stand out? We send a video that introduces ourselves. People also want to know what's going to happen, especially right now. Everything is uncertain. So if they're actually reaching out right now, this is a huge opportunity. Number one, to show who you are and what you're made of. Not just introduce yourself, but give them expectations. Set forth, hey, thank you so much for your online inquiry. My name is Stephanie. I'm going to be assisting you. I wanted you to know who I am and who you're working with. And I wanted to lay out what you should expect from us over this time. This is what we're offering. This is what our process looks like. So that you're really setting the stage to create a sense of care and customer comfort. We want them to feel engaged. We want them to feel comfortable. We want them to feel like they can trust us. And especially in the car business, trust is a hard thing to gain. Video is a game changer in that way. So when we are responding with video, we're responding with care, with attentiveness. We're treating our customers like guests in our home. We want to take away that idea, whether it's selling a $400,000 house or selling a 4,000-pound piece of machinery as in a big truck. that's not what we're about. We're here to meet their needs. And in doing so, we're going to get to make that sale that we want to make.
Friends, Stephanie gave you $1 million right there. Okay. And let me explain why. For the last month, all of us have felt, every single person has felt what it's like to not know what's going to happen. Okay, to not know what to expect or how things are going to work out. We have all felt that firsthand for the last month. Now, friends, have a little empathy now. Have a little empathy for your customers, because after they call the dealership or after they submit an inquiry, or to be honest, as soon as they get onto the website, they don't know what's going to happen next. They don't know. And to them, they're actually thinking the worst, because this is, we are talking primarily to people that are in automotive retail, right? And our reputations, they may not be the best, okay? Because of the sins of our forefathers, they may not be the best. So any idea that they have in their mind, it more than likely is negative. Okay. With video, you have the opportunity to dispel that myth instantly, to get rid of it, and to actually set the expectation. And what's great is that you get to set the expectation. You get to tell them what's next. You get to become the person who brings them the news and shows them the way and guides them through this monstrous process and this huge purchase. So that, Stephanie, that one is absolutely great. Respond like no other. And when you respond with video, you are responding like no other. So Steph, let's keep it going. Number 2 is take a walk around. Now, I've seen some walk around videos that they should have kept walking and walked all the way home. Okay, so tell us, number 1, why is this so important, and what's the key to a successful walk around video?
So a walk around video can be important for a number of reasons. Right now, when we're selling remotely, that's huge. This is how your customer gets a good detailed view of the vehicle. What are all the details? Interior, exterior, safety features, technology features. This is how they get that good look like they would if they were coming in the showroom and you were giving them a walk around. In normal times, this is really great to be able to go into more depth. If you've got someone who's maybe out of area, that would be our general recommendation. When we get back to, back online, back on a more normal rhythm, what we look at for a successful walk around is really something that draws the customer in and makes them want to come into the store. So 6 weeks ago, I would have said to you, hey, what you want to do is go out to the vehicle, use your cell phone, start it facing you so you can introduce yourself face to name, and then switch it to the vehicle. Give the top 3 to 5 features that you think customers get excited about and send that out. We want to keep it 45 seconds or less, and we want to get them excited enough to want to come in. Well, now the paradigm has shifted a little bit, and we've got to focus on being able to sell a vehicle 100% remotely. How do we do that? So in this case, we're going to start the same way. We're going to introduce ourselves if we haven't already so that they know who they're talking to. You've got to put your face on camera, folks, because again, humanizing the digital experience. It is great to do a walk around, but if they don't really feel or see who that's coming from, it doesn't mean as much as if they can actually see you first. So introduce yourself first, flip the camera around, do it just like you would in the showroom. You're going to start with the exterior and then work your way to the interior, making sure to focus on the most important, exciting features of the vehicle. And if you've had a conversation with the customer prior to the walk around, make sure that you've listened closely to what their needs are. There are guests in your home or
okay, the video froze for just a second, but keep going. It's okay.
Okay. Like there are guests in your home, or sometimes what I'll tell my clients is like they are a guest at the St. Regis. You treat them, I don't care if they're buying the $1,400, 1996 used car or the $200,000 Porsche. It doesn't matter. You treat them like they are a guest at your fine dining restaurant, at the St. Regis Hotel, and you make them feel welcome and important.
Now, Stephanie, you said before that, it used to be like somewhat like best practices. Everybody knows I absolutely like hate that term, best practices, like who's best, what's best for me may not be best for you or best for somebody else. But it used to be that like 45 seconds used to be like the sweet spot now. So does that mean that now it's okay to go as long as you want, or is there a new sweet spot, or do you still try to keep the videos brief? What about that timing when it comes to the videos?
I think we still want to initially keep them brief, but if you have a feeling that it's a warm lead and they want to see more, they want to know more, especially if they've asked specific questions, now is a time where you can really go there and you can really spend a few minutes getting into the more granular details of what you're able to offer them and how you're able to meet their needs.
Okay, awesome. That is great. So the walk around video, it is so important. And one thing as well, like you said before, show them the features that are important. Pick 2 or 3 things. Friends, this goes back to what I've said forever, which is read the lead. If you see in the inquiry, if they ask about a specific feature, or does that F-150 have running boards? Does it have a bed liner? Does it have this or that? That's your cue. Okay, that's your cue of what to put in the video when you're doing that video walk around. They're asking you, they're giving you the keys. They're giving you all of the answers. You just have to fill in. That is it. And they're telling you exactly what to do. So the video walk around, don't be afraid of it. It's definitely something you should do. Let's keep going. Number 3. Now, this is one I really want to hear, honestly. Take a test drive virtually. So, Steph, I need your guidance on this one as well, because I've heard about these video test drives. Every one that I've seen that comes from the OEM is absolutely horrible. And I'm being very nice saying it that way, okay? So if the pros can't do it the right way, you are the pro. So how do you do an effective virtual test drive?
It's all about bringing the experience of the drive, but not in a salesy way. So being able to say, we've got a great example that we use with a Subaru, and usually what we recommend in most cases is that there are 2 people in the vehicle, but we're social distancing right now. So somewhere steady to put your cell phone. But it's great because if you really describe the drive as you're going, it's not this, hey, on this model, blah, 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 but it's like, all right, so we're driving on this road. We're going about 45 miles an hour. You can notice that it's absolutely silent in this vehicle. It's a nice, quiet, smooth ride. You can see from the camera that we're not bumping around at all. And then when they get to a stop sign, they can say, like, look, here we've got the moonroof. Here we've got the security. You'll notice we've got the lane assist keep. And it's really just kind of talking through, as the driver of the vehicle in the moment, what that experience is like, and sharing it, not in a salesy way, but in a very human, friendly, transparent way. Okay, here's what I'm feeling. One thing I love about this vehicle is this experience or that experience, and being able to really qualify what the ride is like and describe it. And you really can get a feel through the sounds in the video, through the way the push and pull. It will shift the phone kind of if you're recording on your cell phone. So even watching it, if it's done well, if it's done right, and you've got the phone on the dashboard, or you're safe with your partner who's recording from the passenger seat, you really can get a great feel for what it's like to be in that vehicle driving along.
I thank you so much, because that was always, honestly, that one has always been a mystery to me. Like, are you driving like this? Well, like you're holding the phone and you're trying to drive. In my mind, as you were talking about that, I instantly saw the suction cup phone holders. Yeah. Right? That you can get at like auto parts stores. You can order them online or whatever, and taking one and sticking it to the passenger side window facing the driver, and then you would be able to drive, and you would be able to talk about the vehicle, even if you just drove around the block of the dealership. That would be big. Yeah. And friends, let me dispel something right now, because I know a lot of you were thinking, ain't nobody gonna want to watch that. Okay, why would somebody want to watch me drive around in this car? Like, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. Okay, well, just think about the enormous popularity of Food Network, of watching people cook, and watching people eat when you can't taste it yourself and you can't smell it yourself, but yet we'll watch Guy Fieri go to 3 different places to eat in 3 different parts of the country and watch him as he's got coleslaw dripping out of his beard talk about how good it is, and you're writing down where that place is to go get that Reuben sandwich. I mean, or HGTV or Bravo, and you're watching like these real estate shows and you're watching fix-up shows and stuff like that. Just because maybe you would not be interested in watching yourself drive a new Outback around the block does not mean that the person who wants to buy the Outback is not going to be interested. They're going to be interested, especially if they've already asked you questions about the vehicle. So just because you don't give a crap about that video doesn't mean that somebody else, that's not the thing that's going to make them spend $30,000-$40,000 and have you make yourself a commission from it as well. Even the dog approves. You see, even the dog knows what I'm talking about here. Even he gets it. Let's keep going. Let's go to number 4. And I absolutely love number 4 because it is so important, friends, because people get onto your website, potential customers get onto your website, and you are on your website every single day, all right? But they are on your website at most once every 3 years. And every time it's a little different and it looks completely just like off the wall. What do I do? What's this form? Where does this go? If I put my name in, is somebody from Sri Lanka going to call me at 3 a.m., right? So, Stephanie, I love that you put this one in, and we called it Show Them the Way. Explain your idea on this, because I absolutely love this.
Yeah, so with CoVideo, we have screen capture software that comes with the program. There are other screen capture softwares out there, but this idea of that I keep saying, treating the customer like your guest, treating them as if they are in your fine dining establishment or your fine hotel, and really guiding them through the process. They need a hand to hold. Frankly, everybody needs a hand to hold right now. So this idea of using screen capture, it puts you on the screen while you're able to share your screen with the customer. So maybe they're having difficulty navigating to the finance application or understanding what's really important, what they need to fill out on there. You can create a video where you're on screen, you're customer facing, you're the person they're trusting as their expert, and you're able to show them the way. Here, you're going to come right here to the homepage, and then you're going to click on this finance tab, and then you're going to click on apply for financing. And every little space here with a star on it. I mean, I know this sounds ridiculous, but there are people who really do need the extra help, the extra support, the extra guidance. There are people who just want it right now, and who want it in general. They want to feel well taken care of. This is a huge investment they're making, whether you're in real estate and they're buying a home, or you're in automotive and they're buying a vehicle. This is a big decision and a big investment. And the more you treat it like it's really important, and it's not just about the thing that you're selling, but it's about meeting their needs and taking care of them, the easier your sale is going to be.
It's absolutely fantastic because, friends, it's 100% true. The customers, they don't know. The leads that you get, honestly, and I hate calling them leads, but the inquiries that you get, you're lucky you get them, because so many customers look on the website and they're like, what the hell is this? What do I do? Do I do that? And then they wind up just calling, right? And then you don't log them right. But to be able to use the screen capture like that and say, okay, so go back to my web, like for an example, the customer wants to come in, they want to fill out a credit app. What do I do? Okay, do the screen capture video. Okay, to fill out a credit application, this is what you do. Go to our website again, go over here to go to finance, go to full credit application. Click that, the application pulls up, you fill out all the fields, send it in, it comes directly to us, it doesn't go anywhere else, don't worry about that, it's all encrypted, nobody's going to steal it off and then steal your identity or anything, but being able to show them is going to make them so confident, because just think about it, friends, how many times do you feel better when somebody basically holds your hand and takes you through the processes of doing something as opposed to you just trying it on your own? I mean, I don't know about you, but a lot of times people, they just tap out and they give up and that's it, right? But if you can do that, every single step that you can take to get the customer closer and closer and closer to you builds the trust, and then the numbers just go up each and every time. So Steph, I love that one. That one is absolutely fantastic. But look, all the ones that we've done so far have been about the sales department, and you know, I mean, that's great. Everybody like rah rah rah, I love to sell cars and everything, but we all know that the real dough is made in the back, that it's made in the service department. Okay, and I was so happy to see that you had some tips on how it could be used for service. So friends, if you thought that this was just going to be about sales, now is the time to tag your service manager, to tag your parts and service director, to tag all the service writers in your store right now and bring them in, because Stephanie's going to share the gold for them right now. And I absolutely love the first one, which is keep them in the know, because we've got so many things going on now with pickup and delivery and service, and we've got dudes showing up at people's houses and taking their cars and stuff, right? So explain to everybody, Stephanie, why is it so important that we keep the customers in the know?
Well, it's important. They want to know. I mean, if they're taking the time to get their car serviced right now, they definitely need it. And everybody wants to do this in the safest way possible. So a lot of dealerships, as you mentioned, are offering pickup and delivery. Even if they're not, we want to keep customers out of the waiting room. So keeping them in the know can be everything from if we are offering pickup and delivery to introducing yourself, you know, here, mobile app again. Hey, Miss Jones, Stephanie here at the dealership. We're getting ready to leave out to come to your home and pick up your vehicle. And want to let you know that our ETA is 11:55. If you'd like to do this without contact, please leave your keys in the cup holder at 11:50, and we will send you another video from your vehicle when we picked it up. Take care. So we're letting them know when we're going to be there, how we're going to, again, this is how we're going to do this transaction. This is how this is going to work. You can feel safe. You can trust us to do this. We are letting you know exactly how this is going to go down, keeping them in the loop. Then the car comes in for service, or the car's been brought in for service by somebody who is not going to wait in the waiting room. And we can keep them up to date as we go. Hey, your 40-point inspection and your oil change are done. You're good to go. We're going to meet you here. So walk around back and we'll meet you. We're going to wipe down your car and let you in. So for pickups and deliveries, this is great just to keep customers apprised of the timing, what's going on, what's being finished, what's being started, what the timelines are, how and when we're doing the pickup and drop off, and just keeping everyone safe in the process.
I mean, I think that's a great one, because look, pickup and delivery for service sounds absolutely fantastic, but there's always that little, like, as soon as your car leaves, it's almost like your dog ran away, you know, and you're like, what's going to happen? Is it going to come back? Are they going to smash it up? Are they going to go for a joyride or blah, 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 right? But when you use video to show the customer, I'm on your way, I'm on the way to your house. If you don't want to come out, that's totally cool. Put the keys in the cup holder, leave the rental car out in front of your house. When you get back to the dealership, another video, hey, we're here, safe and sound, no problem. We'll let you know when we're ready to come back. All of that stuff is it's just going to increase that warm and fuzzy, right? It's going to increase that warm and fuzzy and make them feel good and look at their phone and be like, yeah, check that out. Wow, like that is really, really cool. And these people like really made sure that I knew what was going on. Like, wow, that is really good. And that's exactly what you want to happen. The last thing that you want is that unknown. Just think about the way that you felt for the last month, friends. Think about how that felt, and then take that and just intensify that right down on one topic, and that topic is you. Right? That topic winds up being all about you and what you're doing. Like, no bueno. You don't want that to go on. All right, Steph, let's keep going. The next one is it just gets better. The show just gets better and better as we keep going, right? Because this one is all about making money. It's all about ringing the register in the back. I love it. And we called it sell, sell, sell. So explain to everybody how you can use video to sell, 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 because that's what everybody wants to really do.
Absolutely. So, you're building trust through this process. You're making the customer feel safe. They trust you. Another way to build trust and make more dollars is to use video to explain recommended repairs. So you get the car to the shop. Now what? You can call a customer and say, hey, you have an oil leak and it's impacting this and it's impacting that, or you've got a cracked rotor and it's going to need to be replaced and it's going to cost X amount of dollars. Well, right now, like, people don't like that anyway, but right now the idea of having to pay an unexpected $1,200 vehicle repair is a little bit shocking. How do we soften the blow? How do we let them know that this really is important? And if it weren't, we wouldn't be suggesting it. We use video to show what's going on with the vehicle. Hey, you can see right here, the rotor is cracked. It's cracked all the way through. Unfortunately, that's not something that we can resurface. We're going to need to replace that rotor for you. We recommend doing this and then also changing the brake pads at the same time. Whatever that recommendation may be, we're showing the customer, and seeing is believing. It drives my service department crazy. They don't use video. And when I go to get my car serviced and they tell me I need something, I'm like, oh, I really need a new air filter. Show me the old one. Make a video. Take a picture. Show me what's going on. They didn't know what they were getting. They didn't know they were getting a woman in the car business when I walked in to have my service. But seeing really does make a difference, because these repairs can be expensive. And from a business perspective, in the service side of the business, we kind of want them to be. We want to make that money. And when we use video to explain recommended repairs, when we're talking midline vehicles, it's an average increase of $100 per RO. So if you look into highline vehicles, you can multiply that by, I don't know, 5, 10. It's a really big difference in profitability. The other piece of this, again, is that relationship you're building, the trust you're building. And what you get with that trust is customer retention.
All right, Steph, you so casually just kind of went over this one thing that I know all of my fixed ops pros that they all wanted to hear, and you just kind of like blah, 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 just threw it right out there. But say it again and say it slow and say it loud. How much money per RO increase, cash RO increase, is acquired by using video? I'm going to put you on the screen by yourself too. Say it again and say it slow for everybody. How much is it going to go up?
Slowly. So on average, for midline vehicles, when video is used to explain recommended repairs, we're seeing an average increase of $100 per RO on midline vehicles.
Highline even more. So $100 per cash RO. So friends, do the math. It's 100. It's zeros. It's really easy to do. Okay, if it's $100 per RO is the increase that you're going to see. Think about how many ROs your service department wrote today. Okay, and just do the math. And all you have to do is just teach your people how to take this thing that they're on all day playing Candy Crush or on Facebook watching videos like this one, or or talking crap about politicians, that they can actually take it and turn it into money, because those cash jobs mean commissions for your writers and they mean more hours for your techs. $100 on midline vehicles, even more on luxury vehicles per RO by using video to sell. And I think that's absolutely fantastic. And if you want to doubt this one at all, you're an absolute fool. But I'm going to give you the example of the fact that you would never, ever, fixed ops friends, listen up right now, you would never, ever sell a cabin air filter to anybody unless you went out into the waiting room and showed them that dirty ass cabin air filter and say, this is what's filtering the air that you're breathing in your car as you're driving around. A new one of these is $69.95. Do you want to put it in? The people say yes before you even finish, because you're showing them this dirty old crusty ass, cabin air filter. If you can show them brakes, and you can show them rotors, and you can show them exhaust pieces, and you can show them, hoses and whatever else it is that vehicle needs, and send them the video, they can see it's their car, right? Steph, is it a good idea to start the video with the tech? I got a million questions, you see. Should the technician or should the service writer do the video? And is it a good idea to make sure in some way that the person who's watching the video, that there's some kind of identification that it's their car, like maybe the license plate in the front or the tag in the back or something like that, right? Who should do the video, and is it a good idea to do that identification?
Those are great questions, Frank. I love that you asked those. Who should do the video really depends on the staff at that dealership. I mean, the techs typically are better at explaining sometimes than the advisors are exactly what's going on. They're in there. They're the ones who solved the problem, who figured it out. But techs are not always prepared to be customer facing. So if you've got techs who are, prepared to be customer facing, great, let them have at it. If you don't, we know our advisors are prepared to be customer facing, so they can do it and they can send the video. The other piece of that is that the customer knows the advisor. That's who they checked in with. That's who they made their appointment with. So they may be more comfortable hearing from the advisor on that. So just a couple things to think about. And in terms of identifying the vehicle, absolutely 100%. When we start with a video for recommended repairs, we always, after we say hello, start at the license tag so that the customer can see we've got our mobile device here. We start at the license tag. Here we are at your vehicle. This is what I want to show you. And then you can either, pause it and walk around to restart wherever the repair is on the vehicle, or, you're there, you can walk under or through or whatever you need to do. But yes, great question, Frank. We always want to identify the vehicle by starting at the license plate.
I think it's a great idea to just make the video go right from the license plate, just straight through, so that there's no stopping or anything like that, and just swiping right through and going from the license plate, walk, or the car's on the lift, even walk right under the car and show them the big hole in their muffler, or show them the big, whatever it is, show them right away that their tire on the inside, that they hit a curb at Publix and they've got a gash, a bubble in there, and they've got to get that taken care of right away. That one, friends, this is how, doing videos is great, but it doesn't make you any money. Bullshit. It will make you money. It will absolutely make you money. Hey, you've watched this far. We've done 6. We're up to number 7. And I'm telling you right now, you do not want to go anywhere. You absolutely, positively want to stay, because at the end of the show, Stephanie has a special gift for everyone who's watching. Really, really simple. And it's going to make you money. You're definitely going to want to stick around for it. No hooks, no strings attached, no BS, no nothing like that. Just a gift for you to be able to start using video right now. Okay, Steph, you've given us 6 fantastic tips, okay? And we're up to number 7. We're up to the last one. And this is something that so many times it gets overlooked and it doesn't get taken care of or anything until there's a problem. All right. And with what we've just gone through with the season of challenge that we're in right now, if we didn't learn to prepare for stuff as best as possible before shit hits the fan, right, we ain't never going to learn it. So I think the eyes are open and the ears are open right now for you to deliver this message. Follow up for CSI. So explain to everybody about how video can be used for following up and how it can be used to increase CSI and also to get reviews as well. Right, Steph?
Right. Absolutely. So what we're looking for, again, with video is that true guest experience, making the customer feel comfortable, helping them build trust and relationship, helping retain the customers. So what we see is when we close an RO and send a video that says, "Thank you so much for choosing us to service your vehicle. We know you have all the options in the world, and we really appreciate the opportunity to take care of you and your vehicle for the lifetime of your ownership. If you will please be on the lookout, there will be a survey coming to you from our manufacturer, which is basically our customer satisfaction report card. We would love it if you would fill that out for us, because we are always looking to learn what we are good at and how we can be better. If there's anything that you could not rate as a 10, please give our general manager a call at this number. We always want to make sure we're doing our best for you. So we're thanking the customer for their business. We're asking them to participate in the CSI survey. I cannot tell you what this does to CSI scores, but I can tell you that on the fixed ops side, we get an average increase of 40% in CSI participation. And that also equals dollars in most cases, because that's how people are getting bonused. So we love that one. It again keeps you human. It keeps you humble in the eyes of the customer. Like, hey, thank you so much. We so appreciate you. If you could help us out just a little bit, this would be so good for us to just really get this feedback. And that feeds connection too, because it makes them feel important. And people like feeling seen and heard, and that they matter, and that their choices and how they interact matter, especially right now. Any way that we can feel connected is a bonus in the world we're in right now. And the more we can build those connections now and plant the seeds of connection and relationship now, the more we're going to be able to take flight in a month or 2 months or whenever it is that everything comes back online in the new normal.
Absolutely fantastic, Stephanie. Absolutely fantastic. Look, the whole, friends, if, maybe you slept through the last, hour and 1 minute of the show, when you just woke up now and you're like, what's going on? What's going on? We just gave you the $1 million answers on what it is that you should be doing to keep your customers informed, to let them know exactly what is going on, to make them feel warm and fuzzy, right? To make them trust you. All of the things that are so important in the sales process, all the things that are so important in the whole customer service, like in the whole customer service industry. The whole part of it is keeping the customer informed and making sure that they know exactly what is going on. Friends, buying a car for the average American is a scary thing. Okay, most customers do not want to do it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. It's a huge pain in the butt to them. Right? The things that you can do to make it so that they are more comfortable, so that they are more trusting, so that you've built rapport and have built trust. My God, those things are going to make your contact numbers go up. They're going to make your sales numbers go up. In the service department, they're going to make your CSI go sky high. And we all know in service and fixed ops how hard we work to keep the customer service numbers as high as they possibly can, to make sure that we're scoring as best as we possibly can. Video helps you do it all. It's absolutely fantastic. And tonight, Stephanie put together a special for everybody who's watching the show tonight. It's absolutely great. Steph, I want you to tell everybody about it, please.
Awesome. Thanks, Frank. So for everyone who's joined us tonight, Frank is going to post a special link in the comments, and that gives you access. Typically, you only do a 14-day free trial, but that link is going to give you access to a 30-day all-access free trial of Co-Video. If it comes through, I will reach out to you personally. We will schedule some training so that you can maximize the efficacy of that trial period. You'll get my strategy, my tips, my best practices, and I'll be there to guide you along the way. I know now is not a great time for new spend, but it is a great time to try new things. And so I want to help support that and cultivate that for you. So again, that link is there. It's going to give you access to a 30-day free trial of Co-Video with me in your corner, helping support that and making things work as well as they possibly can for you over the next 30 days.
And let's be clear, because Co-Video has programs for everybody. If you're a salesperson and you're just buying this on your own, you get 30 days for free. If you're a dealer or general manager and you're watching and you want to get this for your whole team, you get 30 days for free. It doesn't matter what size dealer you are. Doesn't matter if it's just you and you want to do this as an internet salesperson or as a regular salesperson. If you're in real estate, there are so many applications for this. So many, right? And I already put the link into the comments there. Hit the link and register. Like I said, it goes, like Stephanie said, it goes directly to her. And then not only are you going to get the month for free, okay, but you're also going to have access to Stephanie, who is going to help you with getting it set up. She's going to help you with some coaching to show you the videos you should be doing. I know her, so I know what she's going to do. She's going to watch your first couple of videos, and then she's going to call you or text you and say, "Hey, try to do this. Try this next time." This is just the way that this woman is. She wants to help, and that's why I had to have her on the show. That's why I had to bring her to you as soon as possible. And she has never, ever steered any FB Digital dealer partners wrong. She has never, ever left anybody hanging. She has helped everyone to the max, without a doubt. That's why I wanted to get her in touch with you, right? And have you see just exactly how much she knows, and most importantly, the amount of opportunities that you have. So if you're a salesperson and you're watching this and you're like, "Oh, my store's never going to buy this because my dealer's a cheap shit and this and that," that's okay. The hell with him. Buy it yourself. You're the one who's going to make the money. For an individual salesperson, it is dirt cheap, and you get 30 days for free. So you get to try it out, and you get to try it out right now. If you're a dealer or a general manager and you're like, "My God, I got to get this for everybody," without a doubt, so that they can all do the things that Stephanie was talking about, you get 30 days for free. Sign up now during the season of challenge. You get 30 days for free. When we're in the season of opportunity, you're already months ahead of your competitors who are like, "Yeah, Bob, and maybe we should be doing some videos to people. What do you think? What do you think?" "Yeah, I think so, Freddie. I think that's a good idea. How do we do that?" Well, God, I really don't know. You're going to be months ahead of Bobby and Fred, who just learned how to tie their shoes yesterday, okay? So, friends, hit the link. The link is in the comments. No matter where you're watching this, I will make sure on all of the different channels, all the different pages, all the groups, I will make sure that the link goes into the comments ASAP as soon as the show is over, and you will have 30 days free of co-video. And Steph, the main thing that I want to get out is it is important for all of the auto pros that follow me to also follow you. Okay, so please tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, what's the best way to find you, how they can get in touch with you, and then give us a little bit, just like really quick, a couple of minutes on why co-video is like the absolute best. I know it's why. I know that it is, right? And I know why, but I want you to explain why, please. So tell everybody how they can find you and why co-video is the one to go with.
Sure. So the easiest way to find me is stephanie@covideo.com. Easiest email ever. You can reach me there. You can find me on LinkedIn. I don't usually connect a whole lot business-wise on Facebook, but you can message me here if that's the easiest thing. Facebook works too if you want to hit me up through Messenger, but email directly, stephanie@covideo.com, LinkedIn. Those are the two easiest ways. And as far as co-video being the best, I mean, look, there are a lot of different video platforms out there. What we offer that is significant is the way that the videos show up. They're showing up in a clean, branded environment with links back to your own website so that you have absolute control over the customer experience. In most cases, you also have a secondary delivery option, depending on who your website provider is, of being able to actually land your video on the website of your choosing. So if you can imagine being able to land a vehicle walk around on top of the VDP, or being able to land an appointment confirmation on top of the finance application to where they can just exit out of your video and fill out the finance app. We give you solid control over your customer experience. There are analytics that are real-time analytics letting you know how the customer interacted from how much of your video they watched to whether or not they kind of rewound it and watched parts again to whether or not they click through those links that are on the landing page. We've got the screen capture software that's part of the package. We also added an awesome new feature this year for captioning. This was added in January, brand new. Gives you full subtitles on all of your videos so that if you have customers with hearing impairments or you have customers who, like 85% of the population, watch most of their videos without audio on, you now have a way to get your video message across without audio. And I will tell you more than anything else, and yes, it does integrate with your CRM. It does integrate with your DMS. All of them super easy with like 3 clicks. But more than anything else, what sets CoVideo apart from every other vendor similar to us out there is the customer experience. In addition to myself as your account executive, you will have a dedicated account success manager who I work in partnership with. You know exactly who you need to call pretty much any time of day. You can always reach someone. You know who your point person is. You have a relationship with the 2 people on your team at CoVideo. We are also automotive experts. We know the business. So when you're working with us, you're going to get real strategy for video that works in your business. It's not generic. It's tailored to you. And your customer care experience will be far and above that which you would have with any other organization doing something similar to what we do.
Absolutely fantastic. Stephanie, I cannot thank you enough for coming on tonight. I can't thank you enough for sharing those 7 tips, which were absolutely fantastic. I can't thank you enough for giving everyone the confidence that they needed to be able to not worry about, like, you know, the stupid stuff that stops everyone from doing videos, right? Thank you so much for backing me up on all that. And thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure, Frank. Thanks so much for having me. It's the closest thing to getting out I've had in a month, and it was a blast.
Totally cool. And everybody totally enjoyed it.